Hi, Susan. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fine. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
To see you.
So, what we going to be discussing this week?
We are talking about relationships.
Okay. Okay, yes.
I'm so excited about this because it's the fabric that holds humans together.
Mhm.
Not only humans, that holds everything together. We have a relationship with human beings, with our pets, with everything.
That's it.
So, but the one we want to focus on is with one another, adults in romantic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to talk about this because it's one of those things that you just kind of fall into it as you grow up. You just kind of dabble in your life, starts going, you meet this person, and then you have a relationship, you have a relationship, you have a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you're lucky you have just one and you stick to it for the rest of your life, like my mom and dad did. They're together for 70 odd years before he passed on.
Mm-hmm.
But other ones doesn't work that well. You meet, you part, marry, you divorce, and you
Mm-hmm.
got series of the relationships. So how can we be in a healthy, happy relationship?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so the many areas to look at around how we form relationships and how we can be successful in relationships.
Mm-hmm.
What do we need to know? What types are there? There are different types. We have in quote the healthy ones, and we have in quote the unhealthy ones. We have the toxic ones. We have those that are totally incompatible and with people you don't even expect to be together. For example, you have somebody who might be in prison on a life
Mm-hmm.
sentence and with no hope of coming out, and somebody who is outside in freedom, being with a relationship with that kind of person and getting married. Or you have people who come out of prison with all sorts of crimes committed and they form relationship with other people who
Mm-hmm.
don't see anything wrong with what they have done. So it's just the whole range, the complex nature of relationships, and
Yeah.
how can we feel that we can be successful in these relationships, healthy ones, and
Mm-hmm.
those that are not too healthy? What can we do to make it better?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And what we've discussed, I mean, personally off the camera is that we've talked about, how important it is to have a relationship with yourself. You see, the thing is, most of us don't have the time, and we've, from one step to the other, we sort of go into one relationship without knowing too much about what's going on. When it doesn't work, we move into the next one without even taking care of ourselves, getting to know who we are, getting
Mm.
to know what makes us happy. There's so much of this idea that if we go out with someone, it's going to make us happy, we're going to be loved. And that is in a way true, but I think the most important thing is getting to know who you are and getting to know yourself and giving yourself the love that you would need to, to cope with life and to be able to make good choices, and also the faith aspect. Having a faith is a very important aspect. Is the grounding, is the foundation in life, that most of us use to go through life, is knowing the wrongs and rights that we do, and
Yeah.
having that relationship with the higher power of God, as which we call in the Christian faith. So it's
So
all about
what you are saying is this: your spiritual person,
mm, mm,
having your values, having the principles that shape your life.
yes.
So your identity, so to say, helps you to know you know yourself, you know your identity, where it comes from, where your inner strength comes from.
Mhm. Mm.
You are, so that forms you as a whole person. And
Yes.
then you love that person, then you are ready to join with another person
Mhm.
and be together in a union. So that
Yeah.
is like that relationship. So that means you are giving yourself the love first, then you are able to share it with somebody.
Mm.
So in essence, you are expecting to find somebody who is like you, who
True.
is who have loved themselves, who know who they are, their identity, who know what makes them strong, and then two of you can join together.
Mm. And you know what? There are people who have found that, and there are people who have lived together and been married to each other for years, finding the right person, for having the same values, having the same sort of, ethos around a relationship. So I think that's really important. Like we're saying, is that the first step is getting to know who you are, and getting to know what is important to you, and giving yourself the love that is the basic need that you need to start you off as a
Yeah.
foundation, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very important because if you don't know how to love yourself, how will you know somebody is loving you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So when the person is loving you the way they think love should be, you will just accept it, even
Mm-hmm.
though it doesn't really make you whole and feel valued and respected and your expectations met. You would be in there until you start falling ill or something serious happens to you physically, then you think, oops, maybe this is not right. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have an example to yourself of how you want to be treated, how you want to be loved, if you know what it feels like to be loved, then it's easy to know when somebody is loving you.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have that happy relationship with that person. But if you know how you want to be loved and somebody's not loving you that way, it doesn't feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And that
Mm-hmm.
is when you feel something isn't right here. We need to do something about it. So if the person agrees to do that thing with you that would make it feel okay for both of you, then it works. If not, then that is when it doesn't work. So
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
you don't, if you say you want somebody to make you happy, that person might make you happy in their own way, but
Mm-hmm.
it will not be what makes you
That's
happy.
it. That's it.
So that's how complicated it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Happiness, isn't it?
yeah,
You know. So yeah. Right, so we're going to be doing a series of topics on relationships
yeah,
over the next how many weeks, and we'd like the audience to partake in the sessions,
yeah.
and we'd like to get some feedback,
Mm-hmm.
as well as some comments around some of the things that come up in the discussion, or if they would like to discuss with us further. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to
I
be a
think
time.
so.
Yeah, I think it's a time for reflection as well. It's a time for
Yeah,
you to know, to check out what's happening for you, and to be able to kind of find peace as well,
yeah.
and to start getting to love yourself if you're not
That's
doing that
very
right now.
important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Yes, so thank you,
Thank you
Martina.
so much. See you
Uh,
soon.
See you soon. Take care.
Yeah.